Here come go rummaging, oh where has your poor stomach been? Gone like the Pliocene, so temporary, got lost in between. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over. I danced a saraband, a waltz and a jig with the sea. We danced with our heads on, we couldn't wake up from our dream. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over. Built like a butterfly, so fluttery, on what will we wean? There goes that myth again, that all of this is but a machine. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over. Here we go again, we go again. Here we go again, we go again. Hit the lights and leave the lit until it's over.
Covers about 380 acres, home to 2,700 year-round residents. Summer population is a little bit large. Yeah, typical summer day about 45,000. Historically, we go back to the Native Americans here, the Lenni Lenape, who then had some visitors. 1609, Henry Hudson cruised around here. 11 years after that comes Cornelius Jacobson May. And he explored the area, and guess what? They named the place for him. What most people don't know is his name was actually spelled M-E-Y. And Cape May also had quite the influx of Mayflower descendants, believe it or not. Largest such population outside of Plymouth, Massachusetts. And if you go driving around Cape May County, you're going to see plenty of streets with names of those descendants. Now, turns out we also had some undesirables show up here, and they weren't Mike's relatives. Now, we had pirates that arrived. We had Blackbeard, and we had Captain Kidd. And rumor has it that Captain Kidd buried his treasure on Cape Island. So I would suggest you head to the beach tomorrow, take your pail and shovel, Just remember, Mike and I do claim a 10% finder's fee on that should you hit the treasure. Yeah. So Cape May becomes a tourist spot after the War of 1812. Heyday is the Victorian period between 1837 and the turn of the century. This was the place to be during the summer. Not so much in the 20th century. Cape May experienced a 70-year downward spiral as its old buildings deteriorated. They wanted to get them all knocked down and make this into Wildwood number 2. Could you imagine that? Unfortunately, those folks were voted out of office, and we experienced in the 1970s our renaissance, the restoration of our Victorian buildings. So we have a wonderful combination of history and architecture, and the towns that we're going to go through all have a unique kind of flavor to them. We're going to touch a little bit on that. This building here, no big deal, bike shop. Long before it was there, on that site was a speakeasy. Yeah, during Prohibition. And they had an escape tunnel. So if they thought they were going to get raided, they jumped in the tunnel and it took them out to the other side of the tracks. We also know historically as really being surrounded by the Underground Railroad. Turns out Harriet Tubman worked here in the 1850s. So this next block and a half becomes Museum Row over the next 10 years. One of the first ones here, just a couple years old, the Harriet Tubman Museum. This two-story tan structure, Stephen Smith House from the 1840s, that's slated for restoration, will become a museum. The first building to be restored is here on the left, the old Franklin Street Church. But this was sold about 10 years ago by the Methodists. When they restored it, they didn't make this into a museum. Folks, you're looking at 3 luxury condos. One is for sale, if you're interested, 1.5 mil. Pocket change, right? Yeah, that's right, only. And then this one here, I've been telling this story, this is a great story. The old Franklin Street School. Back when our schools were segregated, this was home to our African American children. This, in the last month, has had its restoration completed. Today it's a branch of the Cape May County Library. Now here's the cool part. June 13th, the townsfolk turned out and they formed a line from the old library on Ocean Street to the new library, and they passed the books hand by hand from the old to the new. Pretty cool stuff. And then there you go. If you look carefully, you'll see the firefighters doing cartwheels in the engine bays as they celebrate their brand new firehouse. But they did leave behind the old fire museum on the corner, modeled after a Victorian fire station. All right, now I love to talk about this next place. We make a left, we go past the post office, we come to the Southern Mansion. Spectacular. Built in the 1860s for a Philadelphia store owner named George Allen, who made a ton of money during the Civil War by selling military uniforms. The catch was, he was selling them to both sides. This guy was a businessman. Cape May does hundreds of weddings. Some of them wind up here at the Southern Mansion. You're going to see a beautiful lawn. They set up white tables and chairs on the lawn. There's a wing on the right, but if you look to the far right on the wing, you'll see a spiral staircase. And they bring the bride down the spiral staircase. Picture the white tables and chairs. Picture the bride coming down the spiral staircase. Picture the groom locked in that steel cage over there. You're not getting that. And last year they set up a big tent on the front lawn, and they did a wedding on the front lawn, and I was curious. How much? 10 grand to rent the tent for the day. That's not a bad business, huh?
No.
And then lots of great restaurants. One of them here on your left, the Washington Inn. But that building that you see there, well, the owner bought 40 acres here in the 1840s for 75 bucks, built his house there, got tired of it there, moved it to the far opposite corner of the lot, and then he got tired of it there and he moved it back to its original location. So they bounced the place around. Now I'm a proud retired educator. Do I have any teachers or retired teachers on board? Oh, God bless you. Now, this is for you then. Okay, I got to show you this next building. Bright orange roof on the right. Originally a hotel until 1850. City bought that, converted it to our first public school. Okay, so in 34 years, I estimate I taught 1,000 kids. I think you'll agree, teachers, we tend to think our kids are pretty bright. You know, I thought that until I retired. Because that's when I found out that every one of the 1,000 urchins that I taught thought that's where I started teaching in 1850. It's true. To your left, this is called Pilot's Row because Delaware River steamship pilots were delivering thousands of tourists back in the day. The pilots built their homes here. Water tower coming up on the right side of our old baseball stadium. The 1890s, the Phillies did their spring training here on 3 separate occasions. And then I always love to talk about our great traditions. We're going to touch a lot on that today. Down Madison Avenue, years ago, was our original theater, Cape May Playhouse. Big stars, before they were big stars performing them. Let me give you some names. You go way back, you would have seen Gloria Swanson, Jessica Tandy, who were driving Miss Daisy. I think I might get you on this one. This guy was a bit of a key actor in some TV and some movies. Actor of Ronald Reagan. Is that ring a bell? Maybe you've heard of him. And then my favorite was Burgess Meredith. You watched the Batman show on TV. He was the Penguin, and then he stepped up and he was Rocky Balboa's manager, Mick. They're above Rocky. Remember him? He performed here and was married on stage in Cape May. Turned out to be the first of 4 marriages for Burgess Meredith. Check this place out. This is the Evelyn Physic Estate. Originally 14 acres. They do all kinds of tours. House tours, ghost tours at night. They do murder mysteries there. But this place, nice little place, 18 rooms, 8 fireplaces, 6,100 square feet. It was built for 3 people. Dr. Evelyn Physic Jr., his mom, and his maiden aunt. And do you really Dr. Physic had money? Yeah, he earned it the old-fashioned way, folks. He inherited it. His grandfather was loaded. Granddad was a renowned surgeon, but he had invented the stomach pump. Also had something to do with the creation of black cherry soda.